It may not be as an agricultural pesticide. It may want to be used in a localized spraying for malaria. So, and I think that sort of every technology is a creative force looking for the right job, just as every child is. And we don't think of children as neutral. Children are good. Life is good. It's not neutral. It's a positive force in the world. And that is actually what technologies are. They're a positive force in the world. They're not neutral. Okay? There are no bad technologies. There's no bad children. You just want to find the right home, the right friends, the right job. You want to bring them in to where they can bloom. So I call that convivial expression of technology, meaning that you want to have, if we have two expressions of technology, we want ones that allow collaboration. That's the convivial form. We want ones that allow flexibility. We can modify it, change it. It's more flexible. You know, if you have a great big nuclear power industry, it's very centralized. It's very hard. There's no flexibility. We want to avoid that. We want to have a decentralized version of technology, if you have the choice between the expressions of that. And I want it to be transparent and open so we can actually see what it is. So all these forms make an expression of technology more convivial. And that's where we want to move. That's our choice. We don't have any choice about whether we have an internet or not. We do have a choice about whether the internet is a convivial form, whether it's collaborative internet, a flexible internet, a decentralized internet, a transparent one. The same thing with the other kinds of technologies that are coming. So what does technology give us? It gives us increasing choices. That's why people move to the cities. They leave a beautiful home, a shack in the hills of southern China, you know, along the paddies of Cambodia or a Greek island. They leave that and their family and all the support they have, organic food and everything, and they go to the city. And why? Because there's choices and opportunities that they don't have back there. We always gravitate to that throughout time and history. And we want, what technology gives us is more differences, diversity, options, possibilities, freedoms. Okay, that's what we get. That's where we're going. And so I think this is a really big thing. We're all involved in this, and this is what we're actually doing. We don't know that, but that's what we're doing. We're increasing the options, possibilities, and choices of the world for all people, if we can. So everybody is born with some combination of talents. We have different faces, and we have different mixes of gifts and talents and abilities, and they vary probably as much as our faces do. And so what we would like is we would like some opportunity to express those, to use those. And oftentimes, that requires a technology to make the most use of. So I like to think about the world and where, let's say, what a loss it would be to the world if Beethoven or Mozart had been born before the invention of the symphony or piano. What a loss that would be. What a loss to the world if Mozart had been born, say, 1,000 or 2,000 years before the invention of these technologies. Or what a loss to the world if Van Gogh had been born before the invention of cheap oil paints. Or Hitchcock before the invention of the technology of cinema. Okay, so that means that today there is somebody born whose genius may not ever come, that we may never enjoy the benefits of society, whose genius, because the technologies for that person has not yet been invented. So we have a sort of an obligation to constantly increase the number of choices so that everybody in the world would have the opportunity to find the full expression of their gifts. And of course that includes just basic things like clean water and education and other things as a start. But it goes even beyond that to inventing the new things so that the potential Shakespeare or the Hitchcock or the Mozart of the future would be able to share with us their gifts. So I think that's why we have a moral obligation to increase the amount of technology in the world, because it increases the number of options available to others. what technology gives us is all these things that's going in that direction. We can align ourselves and what we do in our lives for that kind of great story arc from the beginning of the universe to now, which is increasing all these things. We can say, yes, we're going to become part of this, trying to increase this progress towards increasing options, infallibility, diversity, specialization. That's where we're going towards. So I think it's actually something that we're not just sort of grinding out the next gadget. That's not really what it's about. It's actually about trying to increase the choices and opportunities for everybody in the world. What humanity is, we are our technology. Humanity is a technology. That's what we're making ourselves. We're remaking ourselves. And we're on a long arc towards more of that stuff, more choices and possibilities. And I think that's a great ride to be on. And I thank you for your attention.